consider the cost of this program to be so unimportant that the difference is 3 points out of 100 to have the low bid. From the beginning, we've expressed these concerns, and that so much of the point system and the scoring was subjective, and that individuals on the committee would bring their existing biases to the scoring process. An example of this is with the constant refrain we've heard from City Hall that higher participation rates are assured if you use a single stream collection system. But the facts about participation do not support their assertions. It couldn't be more different. Over the past 2 years, we've had the frustrating experience of city administration ignoring reports that we've had and given them from authoritative organizations that conflict with their predetermined agenda. Participation rate is an excellent example. In England, the Waste and Resources Action Program, WRAP, they did a study and they published it, and they showed that it wasn't how you picked up materials, whether it was single stream or dual stream, that found tonnage increases. They increased through a wide variety of reasons, but perhaps none more significant than the most controllable action you can take, which is to have a well-publicized, broad-based, extensive program of promotion and educational campaign to encourage residents to recycle. This fact was not reflected in the point system. They chose to think that other things were more important and score in that way. The primary purpose of the evaluation should be to determine who's capable. Whoa. Sorry? Good thing you guys aren't taking edit, right? The primary purpose of the evaluation should be about who is capable of providing the necessary service and weeding out who can't. BFI can do it. Waste management can do it. Sorry about that, folks. Start that again. The primary purpose of the evaluation should be about who is capable of providing the service and weeding out those who can't. BFI can do it. Waste management can do it. Loris can do it. Terra can do it. And Cosmo can do it. Cosmo is doing it. Cosmo has been doing it for 30 years. Just a few years ago, we signed a long-term contract to be the processor of the city program. We were found worthy of the longest contract for services that exists between the city of Saskatoon and any business group or organization. We are proud to stand on our record of providing the citizens of Saskatoon with value. Our participants, adults with intellectual disabilities at Cosmo, are the best recyclers in the world. Recycling is an absolute perfect fit for their capabilities. It is through their dedication and commitment that the ratepayers of Saskatoon have enjoyed, and I quote, the most economical recycling program you could find, with a program cost per ton that is one of the most effective in the country. In our Cosmo and Terra bid, we can continue to provide this value. And we are incredibly excited about our partnership with Terra. They're one of Canada's premier recycling companies, and they will enhance our proven capabilities in exciting ways. We believe that our history of over 3 decades of exemplary service to the citizens of Saskatoon is a more important measure of our capabilities than the city administration's point system. You know, history's full of flawed point systems for judging. Think about Jamie Saleh and David Pelche, just off the top of your head. Boxing is replete with judging errors. In fact, this situation compares so well to a boxing match where a knockout punch has been thrown, a boxer is lying on the mat, and the judges award that match. the boxer on points. Because the city's point system really isn't about who can provide the service and what's best for the citizens of Saskatoon. It has enough flexibility, subjectively ensuring a victory for who administration would prefer to work with. By all appearances, they have chosen to score it on the ABC system. Anybody from Cosmo. In 2007, a contract between Cosmo and the City of Saskatoon was ratified unanimously by City Council. That contract formalized a relationship that was 3 decades in the making, and with the encouragement of a supportive mayor and council, we raised funds and invested over $2 million in a major expansion of our processing plant. So we were ready for what was going to be happening to come, an expansion of recycling in the city. The intent of the contract and the actions taken to execute that could not be more clear. The contract would ensure the central role of adults with intellectual disabilities in the recycling system and enable them to make an identifiably significant contribution to their neighbors in the city through recycling. However, over the past 2 years, the great service and value from our participants has been consistently discounted by city administration and unfortunately by some city councillors. At the beginning of this consultation process, environmental services used to talk about the triple bottom line analysis. The economic benefit, the environmental benefit, and the social benefit. They don't talk about those measures anymore. They are prominent in Saskatoon's 2007 waste reduction and recycling plan. And they were used at the beginning of the consultations, but those measures are curiously absent from the report that we presented to City Council on Monday night. So let me add them for you. Economic benefit. Cosmo Mterra is the low-cost bid, saving taxpayers at least $1 million and potentially millions more. Environmental benefit. Our bid is the one that's best for the environment, is the one that's sustainable and focuses on generating high-quality recyclable materials that are in great demand by remanufacturers, and our bid will help the city achieve its waste diversion goals. Social benefit. Adults with intellectual disabilities prospering from the growth of the city, making a contribution to their neighbors, to their time, to their effort, through their talents in recycling. It's as visible, as identifiable, and as worthy a social benefit as you can find. Now, one last word. At the provincial level, SARCAN, one of our sister agencies, is vigorously protected by the government from any encroachment from private businesses because of the social benefit that's generated. It hasn't mattered who was sitting in the Premier's chair. It hasn't mattered who's in power. They have the same policy to protect SARCAN. Our current provincial government has dedicated themselves to making Saskatchewan the best place in Canada for persons with disabilities to live. No one can imagine that the provincial government would ever take steps to invite someone else to do what SARCAN does so well. We used to believe the same about Cosmo and the City Council. It didn't matter who was sitting in the councillors' chairs. They all shared an enduring commitment to ensuring that persons with intellectual disabilities at Cosmo would be afforded protection so they could make a contribution to the community according to their capabilities. And really that's demanded by their dignity as valued members of our society. You know, we don't have any issue with Loris Recycling. They are doing everything they can do to increase their profits as businessmen do. We love business here at Cosmo. We have a great appreciation for them because a large portion of our success comes from the opportunities provided by large and small businessmen and women in the city. The problem is with City Council for putting out the welcome mat, opening up the door wide open, instead of realizing that a door provides a very important and valuable function when it's closed. It protects what's most valuable to you. So the leadership of Cosmos dedicated themselves to the mission of providing opportunities for